Kalen Patterson, Midwest Muscle, Inside Natural Bodybuilding. I'm here with Marshall. Marshall, you have been working your butt off these last couple of weeks. You did the Universe. Now we're down here, and you're at the Kansas City, and you're still looking phenomenal. I mean, my goodness. That's some serious work.
Thank you.
And how old are you again?
52. I'm 52. I'll be 53 November 21st. So.
No, but I say the question. I asked it not to to shame you.
No, I understand.
The physique is better than some of these guys that have been stepping on stage at 20.
Right.
Now, I say I like to liken natural bodybuilding to Mythbusters because everybody's got an excuse why they can't do something. They got too many family members. They got a wife that won't let them do something. You know, so there's always some reason why they can't.
Sure.
You're stepping on stage saying I can.
Absolutely.
Now, what made that transition where the excuses ended and this started?
Well, I was off, and I've told a story for about 10 years. Right at 40, I stopped competing. Competed for about 5 years. I was late to the game, and did well then. And life changes things, and you do things differently. Motorcycles, all those kind of things, enjoying different things, working out, but not within any intensity.
Yeah.
So at one point, I said, okay, at 45, I said, okay, at 50, I'll compete again, and that way I can compete in the Masters. Came back at 50. My daughter, biggest fan, I was lounging around. We went to her house for Christmas dinner, and I think I mentioned on one with a couple of competitors, I said, and when you're relaxing, you're not really pumped up, and she hit me and said, "Hey, Dad, you getting fat?" And I said, "Oh, geez." I said I had just turned 50 that November 21st. That was Christmas dinner. January, I said I targeted a show in June. And before we got on the plane, I was doing cardio. So that was the beginning of it. Came back, did amateur shows that year, and realized that natural bodybuilders now were bringing some serious packages, even on the amateur level.
Yes.
So I went to work, won three shows, got my pro cards, and said, okay, I don't want to just keep. I'm one of those guys who if there's type of competition here, that's why I want to compete. So I said, looked at the pros, and I said, geez, these guys are on, but I'm gonna jump in. So I jumped in last year, May, turned pro last year, and started competing and seeing where I was landing. I realized, okay, I've really got to go to work. So at that point, I said, you're all in or you're not all in.
Exactly.
If I'm going, I'm going all in.
Yes.
Not that I'm some great guy, but if this is the top guys, then that's where I want to be.
Exactly.
I want to be because it pushes me. That's what it is. That's what it is. Now, if wherever I land, but I'm pushing to be there.
Exactly.
So that was kind of the backdrop. So I've been back almost 3 years. This is my second year pro. I've won 5 pro shows this year, 2 seconds. Took third here today. Tough show. I bought everything I needed, and much love to the judges. Sometimes they don't see it the way everybody else sees it, and that's okay.
Yes.
You go back, you regroup, and just want to say something to people. If you place a certain place lower than you think you should, don't go drastically changing something. If you're on something that works, stick with the routine. Because I've competed in a lot of different organizations, and sometimes in a lot of different judges, and sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes they see things differently. That doesn't tell you that you are way off.
Exactly.
What you're doing may be working perfectly, because if you change it for this venue, the next venue say, well, you should be. You go, well, I was doing that last venue. So when you find something to work, find out where you look good, stick with it, work it out, don't be discouraged, and come in and have fun.
That's maturity talking right there, because some people do break down and their whole life is ruined.
The life is ruined,
and you hate to see that, because you can see they had the passion, they had the drive to be the best, and then something just broke and they snapped, and you hate to see that. And I'm glad you talked about that, because it means so much.
I thought I should bring it up.
Yeah. Because natural bodybuilding is about health.
It is.
And being your best, not just on stage, but in life.
Yeah.
And like you said, there were things you were doing aside from stage, aside from working out, but you never got away from it.
That's right, exactly. And let me just add to that, natural bodybuilding, the wonderful thing about it is you can change your physique in a short amount of time just by the foods and natural supplements you take. So if you're somewhere you thought, oh, I need to dial in a little bit more, you can do it. It's just very easy to do because your body responds to the foods you eat and things like that. So on that level, adding to, making changes and things like that, you can do it so easily. So, shout out to natural bodybuilding. It is the way to go, and it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
It becomes a lifestyle for you, so you enjoy it. You do things a little differently. off season, I eat. Then my wife and I go out for dinner on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's my time with her. You know, foods, and so eat clean during the week. Weekends off, eat clean. That's my off season now. So that's how I figured this will work for me. You know,
now, having that kind of support, you know, because you know it's one person that steps on stage, but there's a lot of people that go into you stepping up there.
Oh my, it is, and I'll have to tell you, you know, those everybody knows those behind the door conversations with your spouse. Yes. You doing another show? Well, honey, well, and then sometimes I'm going. She goes, honey, I think you should do it. You think I should do it? I think you should do it. Okay, well, I'm on, because I'm always ready. Yes. But lately she's been, we've been running a lot. I said, I know. So there's a show on the radar screen that my daughter, who was my biggest fan, still is. And she used to be at all my shows years ago and screaming, go, Dad. It's a show that she lives close to. Dad, you're going to do this show? And it's kind of, I think, I can come up. And I said, okay, maybe it's on the radar screen. But so Susie said, well, then I'll stay home. And I said, that's probably a good idea. That'll give you a little bit of break, and then we'll get ready for a couple big shows in October. So, right. But yeah, it's a team effort. Oh, yes, my, oh my. Psychologically, when mom ain't happy, you know what I'm saying?
That's
you
right.
know that routine. Yeah, mom ain't happy, ain't nobody happy in the house. Yeah. Right. You'll be going to the gym and you go angry. You be going wherever you go, but you're going by yourself.
But you ain't coming home happy.
You'll do it, but it's a different animal. So shout out to all of the spouses that support your husbands or your wives or girlfriends or boyfriends, whatever the case may be. You know, let me just say we appreciate it. There's a lot of work on our part, but there's a lot of work on their part as well to support you, be there, you know, stay up, take pictures, you know, deal with you when you have the bad attitude, because we all have it occasionally. You're just not feeling it. You're like, I ain't feeling this.
That's right.
And they go, honey, it's okay. You'll be all right. You want me to fix you something? Oh, yeah. After you eat, life is good again, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you decided to get back into it, and you represented well.
Well, thank you very much.
Well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You said you can never get too old to be fit, and you can never start too late because it's your life.
That's right. Exactly. You can start right now. Yeah. I was looking for this. I saw this saying that says, you know, you can't get there unless you start. So make a decision to start, and whatever it is, start somewhere at a small pace. And then if that's where you don't have to compete, but just the lifestyle of fitness, it just makes you better in everything you do.
Exactly.
You see things differently. And you know, one thing that's really, really great, I've met some, part of coming to compete, I enjoy as much meeting people and finding out the different things that they've had to overcome. Sometimes I hear stories and I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought you were, you know, you're a good guy, good competitor, but now you jumped up. You see the adversity they've been through, and then the friendships that you develop and the relationships, and you realize sometimes people get the wrong idea that's outside of fitness, that people in natural body fit, their egos and they're, you know, conceited. It's just the opposite. And you're always going to find somebody, but usually just the opposite.
There's always that one, but don't focus on that one.
Don't focus on that one. Yeah. Usually it's way more people that want to meet you, know you, communicate with you. Let's go out, whatever the case may be. And those are the things that are going to outlast the fitness part of it. Yes, you'll be fit. I'll be fit when I'm, Lord willing, 65, 70 years old.
Exactly.
But the relationships, hopefully, I build will be even stronger. It'll be a lifetime, you know. So that's an important part. And I find in natural bodybuilding, it's more prevalent, way more prevalent.
Yes.
You know, when we all go home, life happens then.
Exactly.
When we come back together, we're going to compete. We'll give it all. Yeah, it's a fitness family.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Marshall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being you're a great representative of it. I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Inside Natural Bodybuilding, Marshall has been doing his job. We hopefully have been doing ours. And the wife is over on the phone doing something else.
She's probably posting things on Facebook.
We'll wait for her to come back. We'll wait for her to come back. Is she still with me? Is she still with me? We are out.
All right.